good, we're good. Come on! Shalom.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself.
How are you, brother? Oh, you're a legend.
Something sweet for the night.
Something sweet for the night?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Thank you very much.
Really?
But good. Look at them. Just shh. Yep.
Seva Adol. Seva Adol. Seva Adol.
So if you were watching the live stream, you probably just saw me fucking run off. But we had a drone overhead, so we were standing there. Then we had... Oh, jeez. Don't know what that fucking sound is. Right. We had a drone come overhead, definitely a Hamas drone. There's no other quadrotors. There's no other quadrotors here, bar the Hamas ones, at least over this area, absolutely not. So there's a Hamas drone right overhead. If you can hear a quadrotor, you're very fucking close. You're very fucking close to it. And then we stand in the area, and then we had... Inside! So what I was just getting at was we just moved into a bunker, but we had drones overhead. We had a lot come in, red alert, so drones on our position coming in, and just then had to run inside again.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling me what happened? Like on my big camera here?
Yeah, so what just happened, we were filming live 600 meters from the Gaza border. We were here, this just proves that you can't be complacent in a war zone. So we're standing there doing a live, Willie and I both at the same time here, off in the distance, and it got louder and louder. I asked Willie, do you hear that? And as soon as he confirmed it, both of us just took off.
Boosted. Someone's live stream just saw a fat dude run.
Dude, I
just had a fucking
ran in my war sandals.
Your Birkenstock. Bro, I just had an ice cream. They fed us ice cream and then
they fed us ice cream and Hamas comes to ruin it. At least I got it all down though. Poor fox. He doesn't. The fox is scared as shit. Sorry, mate. Oh, we have Iron Dome engaging back. Iron Dome engaging. G'day legends, I hope that you're all doing well. Now, the talk on the street over the last couple of weeks has been the ground invasion. Now we're 48 hours past when President Biden
was here. And as well, over the last couple of days, we have had many Israeli officials as well as media outlets reporting that troops are being prepared for a ground attack. Now, I'm here in Sderot, and if you look just behind me through here in full focus, you can actually see Gaza from where I am. Yesterday on the live stream, I was actually up on the hill just to maybe the 50 metres to my left. Now, I was on that hill yesterday recording, but we've been told by the soldiers here definitely not to go up there because it is being directly attacked by ATGM, being anti-tank guided munitions. They're the ones you'll see like with the tow behind them from there. Now, they have a range of up to 10 kilometres. As you can see through here, those buildings are definitely significantly less than 10 kilometres away. So from here as well, the odds of us being watched exactly where we are very, very high. Now, why do I have to attack soon? The bombardment, and many have said, continue the bombardment and then attack. But something you need to really think of too is Israel doesn't have the largest economy in the world. It's not a big mega player like America. They've mobilised 350,000 guys. These are people not working. These are people getting paid, getting fed, all the benefits, all of this as well. Now, like it or not, cost runs into a war as well. All these towns, these cities out here, they're abandoned. This is having a huge impact on the economy. Just have a look at the shekel, which is the dollar here, and how that has been impacted as well. So people are saying that Israel can't afford to go on too long in this little waiting campaign while that is happening, that sooner rather than later, they will have to go in. But what we do know is the next 24 hours here could potentially be incredibly critical, and all hell could be about to break loose. Many are saying that once the south down here, once this opens up, once Israel roll in, if they roll in, which is looking inevitable that they have to, and they have to as well by the feeling of the community. Everyone's telling me that if the government want any power, they have to go in. There's no other option of what happened to us. There's no other option but to go in. But most people are thinking when this opens up in the south and a lot of troops are tied up, then Hezbollah up in the north will open up as well. We know that Hezbollah is significantly more powerful than Hamas down in the south here. Now, I also got some intel and some photographs as well to show you guys of the thousands upon thousands of weapons that were captured from the Hamas militants, the terrorists as well. Now, a lot of this being from Iran, a lot of it being older Chinese stuff, but a lot of it as well, some of it, I should say, actually being from North Korea. But some of this as well, sort of ingeniously made too, with shape charges to cut through wire, cut through things like this. So it is very interesting that there's a lot of those players in there and proof, evidence that those weapons are coming from Iran, and as well, what I'm being told is some of the explosive stuff from North Korea. So very interesting. Now, talking with a Soviet colonel. He was a colonel in the Afghanistan campaign, that he lives right around here, and he's saying that a ground invasion is a bad idea. He's saying it could just be one massive ambush, that he's saying it could be a trap, that there'll be IEDs everywhere, the tunnels run everywhere, that how's that actually going to happen? Now, just down the road at Beersheba, somewhere where Australians are very, we know of that area because of course there's a massive Australian war memorial there. There was 4 Hamas Gazans found today there. So there are still, in some of these frontline areas, there is still a real threat of people that crossed the border now 12 days ago still being in here. They found 4 just today. And then what's becoming more and more obvious is how many terrorists actually crossed, how many from Hamas actually crossed. People are saying about 3,000, but then how many Gazans crossed as well. And a lot of the terrible acts were done not only by Hamas, but people that came through as well to loot, to take things and went back. But there's still people here, both Hamas and Gazans, that they are saying definitely to look out from here as well. Now, something we're finding very interesting as well here is the real hatred for Al Jazeera. Now, we were in the city the other day in Jerusalem. Very obvious that we're fucking media, very obvious. But these young lads like, are you Al Jazeera, and of course we're not. But the hatred for Al Jazeera, of course, Al Jazeera being Qatar owned and on the very pro-Palestinian side of this, and still reporting that the bombs dropped on the hospital in Gaza, that terrible, terrible act. We're still reporting that those bombs were Israeli, not from all the evidence we're seeing, that it is most likely, definitely most likely, to the 95% most likely, a misfired Hamas rocket that landed in the car park there and didn't cause anywhere near the casualties that was initially reported. So they hate Al Jazeera, and at many of the checkpoints we go through as well, asking about, like, are you Al Jazeera? Now, as well, thank you for all the help, all the offers for help for my press accreditation. I don't know if we can really make this work because I don't work for one of these major news channels. If you know what I'm talking about, I didn't get, although I'm an internationally recognised journalist as well in Australia and by the International Federation of Journalists, but Israel, they want only journalists from massive media corporations actually being accredited. So of course I wasn't accredited, but all of you have supported me with any level. Thank you very much, because I do this because I want to know the truth. I want to report the truth. I want to tell you guys the truth. So whether it's, you know, trying to help me out with, like, contact this person, whatever, financially, or just on here, it is bloody amazing. Now, we are still hearing some of the outgoing artillery. Haven't heard too much tonight, although there was clouds in the air from strikes just as we turned up here. But tonight could be very hot. If the ground invasion is going in tomorrow, we will hear a definite increase in artillery, naval fire, attacks, things like this. But I'm not hearing it yet, but we could hear it. Many are saying it could be tomorrow morning. That was when we hear that go on. So I'm just bringing up more of my notes. But many are saying it'll be within the next 24 hours. But we have been hearing that for a while. But what we do know, the ground invasion will be incredibly difficult. It will be insanely bloody. There's no way around this. That you're rolling into an asymmetrical warfare where these Hamas militants have been preparing this for years and years. This isn't going to be roll in, take some areas and done in a day. This could take months, it could take years, it will take billions of dollars, and it will take thousands, if not tens of thousands. It already has almost taken 10,000 lives. If you put in the well over 1,000 that have been killed in Israel, they're still counting the numbers because of the way the bodies were desecrated, being burnt, areas like this. They're still finding bodies, as well as we don't know the official count from within Gaza as well. You know, we're probably at, let's say we're near 10,000 now. By the end of this campaign, if there's a ground invasion, there will be tens of thousands killed, both IDF, terrorists and civilians. And of course, that is saying that it doesn't roll into a wider regional conflict, which is the real risk here, that this could absolutely turn into a wider regional conflict, of which then we'll have hundreds of thousands killed. So they are, of course, what the tacticians are putting in their calculations of what do we do next, but also putting in, well, we need the faith of the people. And Israel had a massive intelligence military breakdown on that initial attack that caused the death of well over 1,000 of their civilians. It was an Israel military massive breakdown of military power, intelligence, surveillance, absolutely broke down there. And many are saying the only way for them to ever come back from that is a then successful ground operation from there as well. Now, I do have a little bit of news to go over as well. One of the very interesting things, of course, we had Biden here a couple of days ago. White House shared a bloody photo of Biden with the Delta Force operators, of course, tier 1 top secret operators, with their faces not blurred. So I'm guessing someone is getting a foot up the arse there as well. Now, something we have to talk about too, and this is why we talk about this could go into a wider regional conflict from here, is that Hamas has called for a general mobilisation worldwide on the 20th of October, being today, and also called for the 22nd of October, being in 2 days, quote, a day of global solidarity for the children of Gaza. So in a couple of days, we may see a lot more from Hamas, Hezbollah, other groups like this really pick up. And as well, we saw yesterday that the US Navy, a Navy warship, had to intercept multiple missiles coming from Yemen as well. Now, successfully engaged them. No one was killed there, but as well, talking about that these were fired from Iranian-backed Houthi militants. So it's looking to me on the ground here that this will likely, I think, turn into a regional conflict, dragging many other players into this, dragging probably the states, other countries, coalition in. I'm not sure. I still think that should try and be avoided at all costs, because the cost of Western lives, Middle Eastern lives, is going to be fucking insane. But what we are hearing is that the troops have the green light to move in, but we don't know exactly when. Yeah. They're coming right in our direction.
Yeah, they are. You just heard that impact?
Yeah.
That was impact out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting shelter.
Shelter. Yep. Yep. Go.
Yeah.
Go. Big attack. So, let me hold. That'll work. These lads here were with some IDF soldiers, and their whole existence at here is just running between where we're watching over Gaza into the bunker and back. It's tiring, it can be fucking terrifying, and we can see just these massive barrages of Hamas rockets go out, and we now know which way they're going. Like, okay, those ones are going to Tel Aviv, those ones are going to Escalation, those ones are coming for us, get the fucking bunker. And you'll see them go up, you'll get the red alert as they're fucking impacting, and we had those impact very close to us as well. So on those ones, the Iron Dome didn't get, and the Iron Dome is an amazing fucking system. It is incredible, but ones can get through. So there are rockets getting through and impacting in where we are around here. I think in the video just before this, you saw them striking over here. I think it was mirrored in my screen, so I went the wrong way. But they may have been Iron Dome interceptions as well. But there are a lot going on. You can hear those drones continuously. The ISR just looking for targets, dialing in artillery, dialing in the air power coming in and striking Hamas targets in there as well. Hamas as well. Sorry, Gaza is hell on earth. Being in there, it's one thing being here, getting in and out of the bunker, but in Gaza as well, the civilians, they are living in fucking hell. And there are still people, many people in this area too. This area has been evacuated, but not everyone has gone. So the existence here is running into a bunker, running out to have a drink, running into a bunker, running out to have a drink. And we talk to these guys and they're like, they have to go in, they just have to go in, but they will win. And after the war, come here, celebrate with us, drink whiskey. Everyone here is very lovely. These are really, really wonderful, experienced guys. Impact.
How far was that? Oh, is that the Iron
Above
Dome?
us.
That's Iron Dome?
It's above us. This is here.
But that's Iron Dome, that's intercept.
Yeah, I know.
So where we are, we just had 3 houses hit in this very small town, city of where we are. We just had 3 houses hit from that strike you guys probably just heard, and we had to run inside. Multiple strikes around us and 3 houses hit. The Iron Dome didn't intercept all of the missiles. Inside. Lots of rockets. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, yeah. Make sure the cigarettes are Again, the rockets are just not stopping. Continue to strike. There are strikes here too. Iron Dome isn't intercepting all. A lot coming in, a lot being hit. Iron Dome is hitting a lot, but there's also strikes here of multiple properties as well. It is really heating up right now. We've had more rockets in the last 10 minutes than we've had hours and hours before that. Oh, they're outgoing. Nah, Tel Aviv. Ashkelon?
Ashkelon.
So I'm sure you can hear those strikes behind me. We're here in Sderot, which has constant barrages of missiles coming out of Gaza, and multiple strikes here, and as well, sort of the rumble thunder you'll hear is the fighter jets overhead dropping multiple bombs into Gaza directly behind me. But something that has pretty much just come out is 2 Israeli Americans who were held hostage since the 7th of October by Hamas have been released. This is Judith Tai Renan and Natalie Shoshana Renan. So this is a mother and daughter who Hamas has said that they were released on humanitarian grounds. So It's very interesting that they have been released after we know that the US President Joe Biden was here only 2 days ago. Now, many people are speculating that this could be that Hamas don't want America to be more involved in a ground conflict. And that said, we know that America will be involved, maybe not with troops on the ground, but 100% with weapons, aid, all of that. But interesting that they are releasing some of the American hostages, but as we know, Hamas still hold almost 200 other hostages under their tyrannical terrorist organisation currently. The outcome of what this will be for those hostages, we don't know. It'll also be very interesting to hear from these released hostages of how they were kept, what is going on there. As you can just hear behind me, I'm sure you can hear just the amount of strikes going into Gaza as well. So it does seem that everyone on the ground, soldiers, civilians, journalists, everyone thought that the full-scale ground invasion was going to be tonight. But now there's this feeling that it has been delayed a little bit by these hostages being released and some of the statements coming out. Of course, this was negotiated between Qatar, the US and Hamas, with Qatar being the middleman in this. We actually know as well that Qatar has been the middleman in other conflicts before. Now, what we're sort of thinking is, if there's still a chance that the hostages can be released back to the US, to Israel, to many countries that have hostages in Gaza, that the ground invasion won't go ahead. If the ground invasion goes ahead, those hostages, their future may look a little bit more grim. But we're thinking that while there's still a chance of getting them out, the ground invasion will hold off. Now, the statement from Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesman says, "We will continue our dialogue with both the Israelis and Hamas, and we hope these efforts will lead to the release of all civilian hostages from every nationality, with the ultimate aim of de-escalating the current crisis and restoring peace." So of course he's saying to de-escalate what's happening and the release of the hostages. So it's sort of indicating that there's not going to be a full-scale invasion tonight. Now, President Biden tweeted only 24 minutes ago, it is 0051 currently on the 21st of October. He said, "This morning I spoke with the Israeli Prime Minister and reaffirmed the US's support for Israel's defence, underscored the importance of operating consistent with the law of war, discussed moving humanitarian aid into Gaza, and ongoing efforts to secure the release of hostages taken by Hamas." Now that last line is really in what we're talking about, is the ongoing effort to secure the release of hostages taken by Hamas. If a full-scale ground invasion goes ahead, getting those hostages out, negotiating probably is definitely off the table. And many are saying, did Hamas really know that there was going to be the full-scale ground invasion tonight and have gone, right, let's pull out 2 people and maybe delay that. We may see more and more of this, because like I said, if there's still a chance to get those people out alive, I think that is holding off the invasion. But we will see. We'll be back here reporting as is. But this will be the end of today's video. Thank you guys very much for listening to me. Thank you for all the support. You keep me here. You make this doable. Was there a strike just behind me then? Yeah, I saw it on the screen. But thank you guys very much. Cheers. Bye-bye. Have a great night.